ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ayọ̀ tí mo wí tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ọ akọ ẹni jó titun ìjó tá ìrẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ ìjọ akọ ẹ lórin titun láì kì í ṣe kọ̀ǹpóṣà orin titun àtẹnujáde orin tó titun àtẹsẹ̀rẹ̀ wẹ́ tó bá jẹ́ láàrin ìgboro ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yẹn ti bá ọ níbẹ̀ náà ló ti máa jó tó bá jẹ́ nínú ìyàrá àní ìwọ nìkan agbọ́wọ́ ìjó gẹ́ngẹ́ wà á tún tọ́jú sógiri láláì ìgbọ́lu ó sì yí tó parí bàbá jẹ́ kó torí mi ṣẹlẹ̀ o torí mi jó láì rí ìlú kí n jó bí àdìtì o.
ìyanu tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ tá a mú kí jó bí òde ayọ̀ tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi jó bí àdìtì ó ṣe yí tó parí bàbá jẹ́ torí
mi ṣẹlẹ̀ o
ìjọ láì rí ìlú kí n jó bí àdìtì.
mo ti ríru rẹ̀ rí o ṣebí ní sójú mi ló ṣe bàbá àgbà kan ní oníkẹ̀kẹ́ napep ó ń lọ láàrin ìgboro nígboro ìlú Ìjẹ̀bú Ìjẹ̀bú Òde bàbá tó ń wa kẹ̀kẹ́ yìí kò ní kọ́bọ̀ lápò kò tiẹ̀ tún láṣọ ọlọ́run ṣebí nítorí àtijẹ́ ló fi ń gba kẹ̀kẹ́ wá ó ti ń lọ lópòpó yẹn mọ́tò kan ń bẹ níwájú ọkọ̀ bàbá olówó níwájú bàbá oníkẹ̀kẹ́ lẹ́yìn ṣàdédé lójijì àwọn ọmọ tó lówó rí tó mú kó tẹ bírèkì ọkọ̀ bá ṣe sì ó dúró bàbá oníkẹ̀kẹ́ ìyẹn náà tẹ bírèkì ìyẹn bá di páfẹ́ bírèkì kò mú mọ́ tó bá di labalábá àfi kò ṣàlágbọ́ ó go fún bàbá olówó ó ti fáná mọ́tò bàbá olówó sọ̀kalẹ̀ ó wá jáde nínú kẹ̀kẹ́ ìgbájú ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kínní ìgbájú ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ó ní ó fáná mọ́tò mi ó ti jẹ gbèsè sóògbọ́ iná mọ́tò tí ó fọ́ 120,000 ló jẹ́ ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ọgọ́fà bàbá bá bú sẹ́kún ó ní bí wọ́n ta òun àtayá àtọmọ àwọn ò lè rírú owó yẹn olówó fárígá oníkẹ̀kẹ́ ń wẹ́kún mu mọ́tò wa tó lọ rẹ́rẹ́ kò sọ́nà láti kọjá olówó ti gbé mọ́tò dínà ṣàdédé lójijì àlejò kan ń fẹsẹ̀ rìn látọwọ́ ẹ̀yìn wa nígbà tó débi tọ́rọ̀ ti ṣẹ ó ní ẹjọ́ kí ló dé kí ló fa róòpùlọ̀ ta ló gbé mọ́tò dínà olówó dá lóhùn ó ní bàbá ọ̀dẹ̀ yìí ni ó ti fáná mọ́tò mi bí ó dẹ̀ sanwó iná yẹn èmi ò ní gbé mọ́tò kúrò àlejò yẹn wojú bàbá tó ń ké bí ọmọ títún pẹ̀lú àkísà lọ́rùn ó bá kọjú sí olówó ọ̀nkú ẹ má ṣe bínú èló lówó iná tán fọ́ ó ní sóò fẹ́ bá sanwó ní 120,000 ló jẹ́ àlejò yẹn kò ń da torí 120 just 120 ó dá gbogbo orí dúró torí 120,000 naira ó fasọyà mọ́ bàbá lára láì tiẹ̀ wo tewu orí èló ló ra mọ́tò yẹn gan mo fẹ́ mọ iye tó jẹ́ gbogbo èrò bá pa lọ́lọ́ olówó méjì ń sọ̀rọ̀ òyìnbó ń rẹ́ bọ́ lákọ̀ àwé níwájú mi don't be silly mọ́tò 15 million tí mo rà lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá àlejò yẹn fún lésì ó ní màá jọ ẹ lójú mo dẹ̀ máa wọ́ ẹ lẹ̀ ìgbéraga ẹ ti pọ̀jù èló lóní tó kún ọ lójú tòní ni wọ́n fi yé ọ pébi títì ẹ parí sí ibẹ̀ ni tèmi ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àṣẹ torí ẹnìkan olówó méjì forí gbárí afẹ́ gbẹ́ nìkan gòkè afẹ́ tún tẹ nìkan ṣe àlejò ẹ sẹ́wọ́ sẹ́yìn ọmọ gbé báàgì mi wá mo fẹ́ fi yé wèrè yìí pé mo lè rà á kí bàjẹ́ mi ò ní sanwó iná yẹn mi ò dẹ̀ ní láti kọ check ló bá sí briefcase àfi bí àlá ó ka 15 million ó kò lé olówó lọ́wọ́ ó ní gbowó mọ́tò ẹ bí o wá bí wọ́ sí àǹdẹ̀ bá ń kó òwe ọkọ̀ ìyẹn bá fi tìjú parẹ́ ó bá kọjú sí bàbá tv bàbá oníkẹ̀kẹ́ níbi tó ti ń sòsùké ó ní dádì ẹ̀yẹ eke onílẹ̀kùn yín parí sí ẹ̀ mọ mọ́tò wíwá bàbá ni mo ń gbìyànjú mọ́tò yẹn ti di tiyín bàbá tv sáré lọ sókè bí ẹni tí nǹkan jẹ́jẹ́ nígbà tó ń sáré padà bọ̀ ṣe ló ń tọ́ bí ọ̀pọ̀lọ ó ń jó láláìrílu ó ń jí jóòdì níbi tó ti ń jó lọ́wọ́ àlejò yẹn fa ṣẹ́ẹ̀kì yọ ṣẹ́ẹ̀kì 2 million ó fi lé bàbá lọ́wọ́ ó ní dádì ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ẹ ò gbúdọ̀ ta mọ́tò yìí ẹ máa fi jayé kiri ṣé ẹ rówó eléyìí òwò tó bá wù yín tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣe ẹ lọ fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ẹ gbọ́ bó bá ti jẹ́ kí ẹ pè mí káàdì mi nìyí ẹ wá wojó lẹ́sẹ̀ arúgbó oṣù yìí tó parí ó bàbá jẹ́ kó torí mi ṣẹlẹ̀ ó tó láì rí ìlú yóò bí àdìtì.
adití ayọ̀ tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ tí máa fi jó bí adití kò ṣe ìtọ́ parí bàbá tí ó torí mi ṣẹlẹ̀ ìjọ láìrí ìlú kí n jó bí adití.
kí n jó láìrí ìlú kí n jó bí adití.
ìjọ láìrí ìlú kí n jó bí adití.
ìdẹ̀ tí jó bí adití.
ìjọ láìrí ìlú
olúwa jẹ́ jó bí adití. ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ayọ̀ láyé mi támú mi jí ìjó olúwa.
ìjọ láìrí ìlú ìjó bí adití.
bàbá jẹ́ kí n gba lẹ́tà ayọ̀ támú mi jó bí adití sẹ́.
ìjọ láìrí ìlú ìjó bí adití.
olóríire kan pè mí ó kí n gbà pé ayọ̀ láyé mi náà gba lẹ́tà ayọ̀.
ìjọ láìrí ìlú
kó sì tó parí.
ìjó bí adití.
ẹ fi lẹ́tà ire ránṣẹ́ sí mi mo fẹ́ jó bí adití ó.
ìjọ láìrí ìlú
ìjó
bí adití.
ìjọ láìrí ìlú bàbá ó jẹ́ ìjó bí adití ó.
ìjọ láìrí ìlú ìjó bí adití.
ire mi ń bọ̀ lọ́nà tó sùn tá wáyé ayọ̀ mi ń bọ̀ lọ́nà àti ìbùkún ńlá gbogbo alábàárìn ojú rere ló ń bọ̀ nílé mi bó ti wù kán pọ̀ tó ń bá wọn lálejò Jésù olùgbàlà má jẹ́ kú ṣáájú ìgbà yẹn.
ire mi bọ̀ lọ́nà lóṣù táwa yìí ayọ̀ mi bọ̀ lọ́nà àti ìbùkún ńlá gbogbo alábàárìn ojú rere ló ń bọ̀ nílé mi bó ti wù kán pọ̀ tó ń bá wọn lálejò Jésù olùgbàlà má jẹ́ kú ṣáájú ìgbà yẹn.
ojú rere máa lọ sílẹ̀kùn ire gbogbo ohun tó máa síwájú ó sì lálábàárìn lára lábàárìn ojú rere ìbùkún jẹ́ lára lábàárìn ojú rere lálàáfíà gbéga ìrànlọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú ìṣẹ́gun ó ti wù kán pọ̀ tó wọ́n bá wọn lálejò Jésù olùgbàlà má jẹ́ kú ṣáájú ìgbà yẹn.
ire mi bọ̀ lọ́nà lóṣù táwa yìí ayọ̀ mi bọ̀ lọ́nà àti ìbùkún ńlá gbogbo alábàárìn ojú rere ló ń bọ̀ nílé mi ó ti wù kán pọ̀ tó ń bá wọn lálejò Jésù olùgbàlà má jẹ́ kú ṣáájú ìgbà yẹn.
tó ká mi lára jù gan lójú rẹ̀ àgàn tó rojú rere gbà dandan alóyún aláìsàn tó bá rojú rere wò àríwòsàn mo fẹ́ ju rere ènìyàn mo fẹ́ tọ́lọ́run bọ́jú rere bá kalẹ̀ sínú ilé mi òun yóò sọ pé mi ò lè dàgbé mo ń lọ bójú rere ayọ̀ yóò sọ pé mi ò lè dàgbé mo ń lọ bójú rere ìdè gbogbo yóò sọ pé a ò lè dàgbé à ń lọ bójú rere bó ti wù kán pọ̀ tó ń ó bá wọn lálejò Jésù olùgbàlà má jẹ́ kú ṣáájú ìgbà yẹn.
ire mi bọ̀ lọ́nà lóṣù táwa yìí ayọ̀ mi bọ̀ lọ́nà àti ìbùkún ńlá gbogbo alábàárìn ojú rere ló ń bọ̀ nílé mi ó ti wù kán pọ̀ tó ń ó bá wọn lálejò Jésù olùgbàlà má jẹ́ kú ṣáájú ìgbà yẹn.
alábàárìn ojú rere ti dọ́dọ̀ mi o ó ń pè yín kẹ́ máa bọ̀ o.
alábàárìn ojú rere ti dọ́dọ̀ mi o
ẹ̀yin náà ẹ máa bọ̀ wá.
ó ń pè yín kẹ́ máa bọ̀
ẹ máa wojú rere bọ̀. alábàárìn ojú rere
ojú rere ti dọ́dọ̀ mi o
ẹ máa wá mi bọ̀ o.
ó ń pè yín kẹ́ máa bọ̀ o.
Ọlọ́run ti sọ̀rọ̀ mo gbàgbọ́ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ó ló má dára fún mi ò lọ́dún tí mo wà yìí ìmúṣẹ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí lónìí nìyí ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Ọlọ́run ti sọ̀rọ̀ mo gbàgbọ́ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ó ló má dára fún mi ò lọ́dún tí mo wà yìí ìmúṣẹ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí lónìí nìyí ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Àkókò àmì làwà yìí.
Special guest, a sister and a friend, Mrs. Rikky Shittu. Please say hello to our viewers at home.
Hello, viewers, and you're welcome, and thank you for joining us.
Hello, everyone, again. On today's program, Women of Valor, we are going to be discussing about promiscuous women. That is, women that cheat in their relationship, in their marriage, women that cheat or cheated women, or women that cheated. Maybe they have already cheated, or they are cheating, or they're about or thinking of being flirtatious to cheat in their marriage. So we would like to discuss this today, and to make it a little bit more interactive, we would like you to contribute and share your views as well at home. So please, whatever we are discussing, you are free to let us know on the, by text. For now, we don't give the opportunity to call in, but you can always text and we will read your comments as we go along. I remember we have discussed about under being trustworthy or trusting our partners. We discussed about men that cheat, and it's always, accusing finger always points to men, because we know men generally will cheat, but that doesn't eradicate or rule out the fact that women does cheat as well in their relationship and their marriage. I'm going to be discussing and asking some questions with my sister here, our special guest, so that she can enlighten us and, let us know about her view about women that cheat. Good evening once again, sister. Lovely to have you on this program.
Thank you.
I just want to find out, why would women cheat in their relationship? Why? What will make a woman to go out of their way to cheat a mother? Not necessarily being a mother, but even mothers that have got children as well in a marriage, and they're married and they're still cheating, having extramarital affairs.
Well, I thank you. And we would like to say that, yes, this is not like condemning anyone or try to point a finger as to what someone has done or not done. However, there are some factors that are involved. First of all, you have to look at it from the woman's aspect, the home, the status, her mental state of health, her emotional. You also have to look at it in a way that, yes, what prompted her. There are three types of women, shall I say. One, the one that really does get the kick from external pleasure. Secondly, a woman that is frustrated at home and not getting enough of either the emotional support, the financial support, and the third one, it's a very lonely woman. Now, when you're looking at the first one, which is a woman that just wants to cheat, regardless of what the man does, regardless of how good the home is, that woman will surely cheat. Now, the second one is the woman that is doing it for the economic, as we say, the economic support. You find some women that would say that they do go into prostitution, not because they want to, but because of the economic side of things. Thirdly, a lonely woman. A lonely woman is not necessarily that, yes, that woman is married. There are so many married, lonely women out there. You could be with your husband and still be very lonely. In the sense that, yes, you might not be taking, when a man takes a woman for granted, for instance, that woman is lonely. And we know the husband first, then the children. However, when the children comes into it, extra time is needed to boost that woman, because once a woman is married and kids come into it, we kind of juggle a lot of things. We juggle between the school runs, we juggle the cooking, the shopping, the looking after the house, as well as trying to be beautiful.
Yeah.
So when you suddenly find that her weave on is not where it's supposed to be, or she hasn't had time to go to the salon to do the pedicure and the whatnot cure, then you find that, you know, she's not, where's the woman that I married? So the woman can become very neglected and become quite lonely. Now, when a woman goes out and gets somebody else to pay her a minimal attention and say, you know, hello, good afternoon, a smile,
unkept as she
is, she will then feel like, you know what, this somebody out there likes me, and the one indoors does not. And not all the flirtations come into an affair, but sometimes it does become an affair, because then you want to that person to continuously to appreciate you,
and so, give you good commendation.
And so that is one of the reasons why. But for the one that is just loneliness, pure loneliness, especially we that are in the diaspora, we are, you know, it's a very, very lonely place for a single woman who, or you know, or the one that is married. So that's what I think.
That's what I think causes. Okay, thank you, sis, for that illustration. Now, when we talk of financial reasons why women we go cheating in their marriage due to financial reasons, sometimes on this program as well, we talked about how women themselves should, you know, not be wholly dependable on their husband, and to kind of, you know, sees themselves as someone that could actually earn and do as much as the husband does. Not trying to compete, but at least could support the home in a way so as to make sure that their children are financially stabilized and they are financially okay. So should a woman now think because the husband hasn't got enough capacity to support her and the children, go out and prostitute or have an affair just solely based on so another man can give me money even to look after my children? Because I will tell you, there was a situation. One time I heard a man was reporting and telling friends around that, oh, my wife is, you know, having an affair, and the wife boldly said that, even if you think I'm having an affair, I should come back home in the evening and you make my bed, and, you know, run my bath for me to soak the body that I went to prostitute with, you know, because what? Because you don't provide me with any feeding money, you don't provide the children with any money. So if I'm looking for somebody to support me with your children, so what is your problem about that? What do you have to say to that, sis? Because I don't see it as something that is, yes, we might need financial support. Will the children be happy to know that their mother is actually having, you know, extramarital affair to look after them?
Well, I mean, there are also ways and ways of saying it. When you look at it that way, there's no reason for any woman to go out there to say, because my husband is not giving me enough, so therefore I will go out and I will make money by myself, and then I will come home with it. It's definitely not. It's not the way a life should go. But you should understand that there are some women out there that I'm not pointing finger once again at any particular kind of woman, but there are women that are kept women. And they are kept. It's not because that, yes, they haven't got their arms and their legs. They are kept because they like to live in a kind of way that it's usually above their budget.
Their budget, yeah.
And then they do not know any other way of doing it. Now, if a woman does not know that, yes, I have to go to the market to go and get some stuff, would rather go to Waitrose, definitely there are women like that.
Yeah.
They would. I I once had a staff who said to me, I would do my hair whatever it happens. And I've just paid her. And she said, oh, the amount of money I've got is not enough to feed the house as well as to do my hair.
Nice, huh?
So I said, well, which one would you rather do? She said, I'm going to do my hair, Rikky.
Right.
And I don't care what happened.
So
And
she
so I said,
choose
okay,
to
what
do
about
her
the
hair
kids?
over feeding her
Yeah,
family.
she said to me, she said, I would do my hair. And which she did. She went and did her hair. At the end of it all, the amount that was left was not so much because she does very few hours. So she said, I'm going to get the money for their house anyhow.
Wow.
So I wonder how. But, you know, women can work. Yes, fair enough. They can work, but it's not all of us that are endowed with that facility of having to
Having the boldness to go out
To
there
go out
and
there
make the
and
ends
make the
meet
money.
at all costs. Thank you very much for that contribution. Also, there are some women that, even though the husband is providing for them, doing his best at least, the husband is, you know, satisfying them, you know, matrimonially in a committed way, appreciating them, they still will go out and fornicate. I mean, what is usually the motive? What can we say? Because it's not something that is uncommon or not seen. There was an incident about a year ago, so to say. There is this lady. She's a public, you know, figure, and sometimes they have to go out and probably, you know, she does a work like in the social kind of, you know, events and stuff like that, that they meet with people, meet with different people. And the husband is very committed. Everybody knows that the husband is committed. In fact, the man is the type that will, you know, not troublemaking, would not mind to drop the wife anywhere, even if they say, okay, we have to go to Luton today or Birmingham or wherever. The man would not mind to drop the wife and just wait somewhere just for her to finish. He's very committed, very committed. And it came to light that this woman was actually sleeping with one of the people that they were, you know, doing things together, like supposed to be, you know, professionals together, like colleague or something. And the worst part of it was that the woman actually brought the man he was having an affair with, to their matrimonial home when the husband was not around. I mean, what can you say to that? Sis?
Well, I can say lack of respect.
Okay.
Lack of respect for the home, lack of respect for the man. And that kind of a woman, I am not saying that, you know, this is a hearsay or whatever, but the situation is there is no reason, even if you are having your affairs, you should have it outside your home, because we know what the Holy Book said about it. We know the Quran as well as the Bible feels that the home is the sanctimony where you do not just do anyhow with it. So if that person, you know, not only having the affairs, but taking the fella down to the house,
even to the matrimonial home,
that's a lack of respect.
And there was another incident as well, that there were this couple, they were married as well, and the husband has always been suspicious of the wife, like the wife is having an affair. So the husband kind of, you know, moved himself away to say, okay, I really want to study and see what is really happening here. And on this fateful day, it was like one of the customers, I'll say, permit me to use that word, came into the house, and from the house went straight. I mean, like when you came to this studio, you were like waiting for direction and guidance to say, okay, which way, where is this, you know, recording room and all that, because you have no idea, you don't know the layout. But if a guest just come into the house and straight head for the bedroom, definitely what would you say?
It's been there before.
It's been there before, that's very, so this is what I was saying, that definitely the man has been there before, but the wife had to put up the argument that no, he missed his way, he was meant to be going to the living room. So things like this is just an example of, you know, so it's not something unusual that some women are so bold that even their matrimonial home, they will still take the infidelity right to their home, even when they have children around. We're talking of women of valor. Before I go further, let me acknowledge the people that have joined us on this program. Our very own Ayaba Esther George, Queen of Praise, says hello, and thumb up and a wave, hello, hello, hello. Hope you're good. She said, I'm here already, Auntie me, thank you, I know all the time. And our noble police, Kike Diamond, says, good evening, house, good evening to you. And she says she's loving this topic already, yeah. Miss Victoria Chili did say, hello, everyone. You are all welcome. Thank you, Victoria Chili. Thank you for joining us. Kike Diamond says, I won't be Rialagbere Onishino. Okay, she's just telling a peace of mind, giving them a peace of mind that they are fornicators, they are promiscuous and adulterers. Yes, we're talking about women, married or, when you're married or you're in a committed relationship and you're still, fornicating. Kike Diamond says, hello, ma, hello to you. Mr. Bayagbo from Nigeria. He said, what a prophetic opening glee. Thank you very much, Mr. Bagwan. Thank you all the time for your contribution. Kike Diamond says, thank you all for joining us. Please share. Yes, please do share. Mr. Tunde Olushoga is watching with us today. Thank you very much. Topic in land. Yes, it's a big topic. It's a big one. And Mr. Ogungbe Adebola Rotimi said, nice music. Thank you, Rotimi. God bless you. Sister Josephine Omole is watching with us. Thank you. My sister is here. He says, hello, Auntie Miss Mojisola Johnson. Thank you, sister. God bless you. Thank you for joining us. Hope family is good. And Miss Victoria Chili says, hello, presenter. You are welcome. Thank you very much. God bless you for joining us on this program. Sister Susan Oduala is watching. Thank you very much. Ogugbe Adebola Rotimi says, bad influence. Yes, bad influence, like if you move, they do say birds of the same feathers, they flock together. And there's always a saying that says, show me your friend, and I will tell you, who you are. Yeah, if you're not a promiscuous, there are some, I'm sorry to say I'm not being disrespectful, but there are some people that you will just see, from their look. So, sometimes it's not all the time, you can't just judge people from their look. But majority of time, you see some people as like this can be only promiscuous women. Not all the time. But when you're seen with people that can easily be identified, even when and they're not like your childhood friend, you just all of a sudden, join this kind of group, then people will think otherwise of you. There was a lady as well that I know of that actually, from being a married, woman, started changing, dressing differently, night partying and everything. So the husband was saying, your sister, this is the way she's behaving now, this and that. And, I'm not surprised now the marriage is broken, And Miss Victoria actually said, lack of attention from the husband. Yes, that is true. If the husband is not giving the wife enough attention, and if he sees anybody outside that is showing a bit of attention, then, she will want to say, okay now, let's go for it, and things like that. And Kike Diamond says, you are very right, ma, yes, and then promiscuity from Mr. Rotimi Ogungbe. Kike Diamond says, but some women are naturally promiscuous no matter the attention they get. That is very, very true. We have talked about that as well. They, no matter how hard their husband try, they will still go out because, and some women, they're like, they just can't be satisfied with one man. There was this story as well about a woman that, she's married, she's got her husband at home, but then she will say, just in case she gets home and the husband says he's tired, so she has to secure herself after work before getting home. So if she gets it at home, then that is double, and then blessed day to her. But she must make sure, because she just cannot do without, having sex for one day. Mr. Adiaga says, for your event coverage red carpet, yeah, paparazzi entertainment magazine television, radio, jingle, advertisement, showbiz program, event management, photography, and video coverage, please contact Noble People Television, Noble People International Magazine on 07424 2078882. Please do patronize us. God bless you. Rebecca Ojo is watching, thank you. Mr. Dimeji Majek is watching, thank you. Mr. Dolapo Awole, my brother, God bless you, thank you for joining us. And Mr. Ademijo Rolioyewole is watching, thank you. And Miss Victoria Chile says, and lack of morals, like if a woman should bring a guest home, I mean, like a promiscuous person, like a boyfriend home, then that means they lack morals. This morals says, if I should ask. Now, when we talk of morals, they always say like charity begins at home. Mm-hmm. She will say, because like one of our sisters just contributed here and said, no matter what you do, and as we discussed earlier, that some women will still go out cheating. Is this something to do with upbringing, or do you think it's something they have probably, learned from where they as they are growing up from their own parent? What do you?
Sometimes no. Most of the time it's habit.
Okay.
It takes, according to the psychologists, it takes few times, about 8 or 9 times for it to become an habit. And so, if you try it once and you feel like, it's after 7, 8 times, you have a habit. And a habit is a habit. Whether you are a smoker, a drinker, performing prostitution or whatnot, it becomes a habit. And so once it's become a habit, like every habit needs to be fed. So they must feed it. So, and that is why you find that even if somebody was doing all head, heels, everything, they will still go out because it is a habit. And so
or
with
probably an addiction.
An addiction.
Because like for the lady that says she must had something before.
That is that's a new one. I've never heard that before. However, that is to show that yes, she can't really do without it. And there are people that do say that they can't do without, and they need to once a week. I think it's underperforming, and so if you every day, it's to some people's taste. Some once in 2 weeks, it's a bonus. So that's just the. So we can't really say it's a parental issue. Some people just develop the habit.
Thank you, Sister Rikky. Ayabasa George says, at times you don't judge the book by their covers.
True.
Or some ladies look so gentle, but yet they are fire, husband snatchers. We need to watch out. That is true as well, that some people can look so innocent, but then that innocent attitude is what they will use. So what will you advise women? I mean, how can we win? How can we win? Because the ones that are actually want their home, that are not promiscuous, they're the one that is always being the victim.
Well, I mean, thank you, Ayabasta. One thing I could say is that when you say that the gentle one, there's a saying in Africa, we say a green snake under the green grass. Is that what you mean? However, because those people at home, we have the right as well to make sure that yes, things are working normally.
Yeah.
We women were called the weaker vessel, but we are actually very, very strong. We are so strong that yes, we are able to juggle things together.
Yeah.
But then a lot of us, because we are full of hearts, we do kind of drop one to save the other. And so sometimes we want to see that the children are okay, they're this and that, so we drop the children, the husband. And not to forget that, yes, we met the husband before the children.
Yeah.
And so therefore, that is when the green whatever come creeping in.
The green grass.
So we all have to be very, very careful.
Very careful and be watchful.
And also, you know what? There was an article on the Facebook, I think. There's a Gucci bride for $500.
Wow.
And then somebody wrote underneath and said, will it resurrect the fallen heroes? If you ladies, you understand what I mean by that. Now, you know, we don't have to buy a $500 Gucci. But a woman that, you know that your husband is coming and you've still got your Ankara wrapper, you
tied your waist around,
tied your waist, and you're not making attempts for yourself, then lest we have the green snake under the green grass
creeping in,
and you wouldn't know. Don't take the men for granted. We mustn't take our husband for granted. We mustn't take our children for granted. But there is time and there is season for everything. And we must be able to juggle properly and not let any sleep happen on our shift.
Thank you very much. I hope you all, our viewers, you are listening and you are taking in one or two information. Please invite your husband, your fiancé, your boyfriends, your brothers, everybody, men and women. This program is not just all for women. Like I always say, you know, men also need to listen to this as well to support their wife and their children and sisters. Now, sister, I've also heard as well that women complaining that their husband is not appreciating them enough. Like, no matter how hard they do, their husband is not appreciating them. And then, you know, if they see any man that give them little compliment like that, one thing leads to the other. Because, you know, as you will know, you know, you must. So what do you have to say? And you can use the opportunity as well to advise our men in appreciating, you know.
Well, our men are not crazy.
Definitely.
Our men are not stupid.
Not at all.
They are very strong.
And very clever. And smart.
And very clever. And but the thing is that because the man is not telling you, baby, I love you, baby, you're beautiful, baby, you're so, oh God, baby, oh baby, because he's not saying it, doesn't say that yes, you are not. That's number one. And because he's not appreciating you every minute. You see, we women, we're so blessed. We wear our hearts in our fingers sometimes, and we just literally just fling it and say, baby, I love you, or darling, I love you.
Yeah.
I tell my husband, I love you. I tell you. At the same time, and he says to me sometimes, I love you too. Reluctantly. But he says
but sometimes you don't get the...
But sometimes you just get the, yes, I am. And let's move along. Doesn't say he doesn't love you. And doesn't say he doesn't appreciate you. But if you are the type that looks for every day having to be told that, baby, sis, you need to find boldness somewhere. If you are the type that you cannot function without being told, oh, that's lovely, oh, this is nice, or it is not our culture. It is not our culture for our men to say, to appreciate every day, but it doesn't say that they don't. They said you can have a new dog, but for you to teach an old dog a new trick, it's quite hard sometimes.
That is true. So
we can't, if you marry a white man, then you know that they're good at saying, baby, you... And our children now are doing it, thank God.
Thank God, yeah.
But if you are in my generation and a little bit below and above, forget about you saying, baby, I love you, baby this, baby that.
Baby this, baby
you know.
that.
But we do get the odd nod. So take the odd nod and be great and move along with it.
Okay. Now, so if you're watching us at home and you think my husband is not complimentary enough, some ladies will challenge and accuse their husband that, oh, I've been with you for so many years, there hasn't been any day of a flower or something, and then, you know, the man will, you know, don't make that an excuse that the man doesn't love you. if you don't get flower like on Valentine's Day
Oh.
or on Mother's Day or everything. It is just something that our culture is not, it's not a usual practice. But everybody is trying to change, you know, these days. And then, you know, hopefully this changes.
Can I just comment? Today,
Yes,
I had
yes.
a lady came in the shop, and she actually said, I want something for the wife. And I said, well, I got one or two things. However, there wasn't enough as a mother. And she said, oh, why is it that? Yes? I said, because you know what? The men don't actually buy a lot of the cards for my wife and things for the wife, but the children buy for mummies.
For mummies.
You know, and she said,
And wife we buy for husband.
and their husband, yeah. And, you know, but because, it's not because they don't care. It's just because they're not shoppers. Some women do the shopping for their husband. From their hair, you'll have to say, honey, I think this hair is becoming afro, extra large afro. I think
Before you go and cut it.
Before you go and cut it. Some women have to be the one to buy the shirts, to the underpants, to the shoes. So they don't even have the time to go get one for themselves. All the time when it's the anniversary or whatever, my husband would bring me a cup of tea, you know, coffee.
At least he did something.
Bless his heart. I can't float him for that. But, you know, if I'm waiting for him to come home with a bunch of flowers, I think I'll have something lost. So I'm grateful for the cup of coffee, and then I, you know,
You're maintaining with that.
and I maintain with that, and I'm not going to push me luck. So they said anyway.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that great contribution. Let's see what contributions, all the contributions that our fans and friends and families are contributing from home. Toxic Kolawole, thank you for watching this program. God bless you. Mr. Agar said, thank you all for your contribution. It's all about change of promiscuous act. Yes, that is the reason why we are here today. Blessed Ayabaisa George is greeting some people. Auntie Iyabode Toyinke Abejide, thank you for joining us. Miss Olufumilayo Yetunde Showomi, it says keep it rolling, sis. Thank you, God bless you. And Kike Diamond says, is it okay for a married woman to have a vibrator at home? That is another question.
That's, I mean, why would a woman want a vibrator at home? That's
I think somebody is trying to, let me read further, then we can join in those together to give them the answer. And then some women are born with some characters, they can't change. Mr. Agar said, yeah, they can't change. This is what we're trying to see how they can change, to examine what are the facts, and then how we can advise each other to change. Then the pleasure is mine, Madam Beautiful Queen Sister, that Sister Fumilayo Showumi, returning Ayaba's greeting. If he says the women should stop nagging, men appreciate women in a different way.
True.
If he, thank you for joining. If it's my colleague in one of the homes in Bedford, so thank you very much for joining us. If he, that is true. Men don't appreciate nagging women. So that is 2 point now, says that we have to talk about. Mr. Rikky can not only vibrate or get the ringer as well. Right. Okay, now let's answer this question about vibrator. Are women, married women, allowed to have vibrator? I'm not the one who asked the question.
Well,
it wasn't.
Why would a woman want a vibrator? For a start, the reason why a woman would want a vibrator is, one, satisfaction is no longer there, one way or the other. Probably there's an erectile dysfunction.
Dysfunction, yeah.
And, you know, but if that be the case, I would suggest maybe the woman is thinking, rather than going out to go and getting the phone, I would do it in the house and still maintain my home.
But I think if that has to happen or be the case, that should be a joint venture, isn't it? It shouldn't be the woman getting the vibrator, because
believe me, no man would want to be replaced by a vibrator. I can tell you that. And I don't
know
think
that, but if a man knows that he's already experiencing erectile dysfunction, or so, and you really don't want your wife to go out there, you must be able to satisfy her in a way.
Sometimes it's not their fault. Sometimes it's not the man's fault. It could be medical. It could be, it could be medical.
It could be due to anything.
It could be due to anything.
Yeah.
And because that is the case, does not necessarily say you now have to go. There's no way you would go and tell your husband, excuse me, sir, I think you're not satisfying me, so therefore I got myself a bit of vibrator. And no, it would not be on. There is no man that would like to be replaced by a vibrator.
Okay, in that case now, if we should just now spread it out not to be biased, we all know that, okay, for a woman that cannot hold herself,
yes,
and you've got a man that you're married, you're happily married, everything was going on well, everything was functioning well, but then at some stage in the marriage, maybe after 15 years, 20 years, sometimes it's even after a very short period of time, and this thing happens, because it does happen. Maybe due to medical condition. So, are we not going to say the woman is a cheater if she tries to kind of sort herself out? Or
she's a cheater to a vibrator.
Or what would this kind of a woman do? Because she's now saying, I'm not sharing your love or your emotion with another man, but I've got to satisfy myself in one way or the other. And then, because there's a reason why a woman asks, okay, can a married woman, there is no woman that the husband is satisfying sexually, okay, that will be looking for a vibrator. What do you need a vibrator for? Like, as you have said, so do you think it is,
to me anyway,
advisable for a woman that the husband is no longer,
whatever works for somebody? But I tell you one thing, it would not be working for that man if you go and tell him that you're getting extra pleasure from a vibrator.
So are we suggesting
you have
that
to use your brain? Yes, it has to be discreetly. It cannot be something that, yes, you have to flaunt in front of the man and say you're no longer performing, so therefore I've replaced you with this midget over here. There's no man that would take that, and that marriage may fall if care is not taken. So I would advise sisters to use their own, be discreet about things. If you know that you can't keep your body in hold and go with the flow of what you've got, then you have to be discreet about things.
One of our sisters here said some singles are better than married women. I really don't get it. When a married woman or when married women cheat, that is the essence of what we are saying. Since that why should a married woman cheat? And Mr. Daga says any woman that nag is promiscuous. That's another one. I don't know from which book of Genesis any woman that nag is promiscuous.
It's probably from the holy book of
Mr. Daga, which book did you get this information from? That any women now, we've just got the blessing of the God. We just want to talk. If when things get to that stage, we just want to get it out.
The Bible says something.
That doesn't mean we cheat. I'm not going to go with that.
The Bible says it's better to be on the rooftop than to be in a house with a nagging woman. So exactly. That's why I said Mr. Deaga got it from his holy book of
and we have Ife as well that did say earlier on that men cannot stand nagging women. No.
Women cannot stand nagging women.
Okay, maybe we will put nagging on the topic on another day, and we want to now explore why women nag, and then maybe we'll invite a man as well on this particular day. Now the woman, just to come and iron it out for us, because this nagging is coming up too often. Anytime on Women of Violence, I always come up with this nagging.
We have women were blessed with the virtue of nag. We are blessed with it.
It's a blessing.
Because we wear our
it's a gift.
It's a gift. It's a gift. But like a gift, any gift can be misused. So we got to be careful.
There's another comment here. I believe a woman should confront her husband if a man is not good in bed. Because you see, sometimes women don't care about money, you know, buying gifts and this and that. Some women, all they want is just your attention and just satisfying them in bed. Then what would they be looking for outside?
Yeah.
But if they're not getting it, you know, then this is why,
like we said,
yeah,
like we said, you know,
that
every
women
man,
should confront their
every
husband.
man wants to be good, especially in the department.
Yeah.
But if he's not able to be good, and it's either because of medical issue, or if it is because the man has lost interest in the owner of the body,
Yeah.
if it is the latter, then the woman has got to sort herself out. But if it is medical, yes, you can speak to the cows will come home. There is nothing he can do about it.
Okay, how can we advise, or what sort of advice do we give to women? Because what Kike said here, it's something that is, you know, I'm sure many women will benefit from. Because some men, it's not because they cannot do, it's not because they cannot perform. And they just want to use intercourse as a punishment or as a gold and like a Christmas gift, you know, because they believe like if you meet your wife regularly, you know, you're kind of training them to be promiscuous. Or what if you're not around, then she's going to be looking around for. There are some men that has this sentiment. They don't believe in, you know, that this is an obligation. So what do you advise such women or the men that are in this condition? And why should they do that anyway in the first place?
Well, I don't know why a man would say, because I don't want
and just keep themselves to themselves, or probably they having it outside. The wife would not know whether, because you understand, because every woman believes that a man cannot stay up to 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And if you have a husband and he's not coming to you, then you begin to think and begin to wonder what is going on here. Well, so what do you advise? Because this is what Kike is saying. The woman should
like everything. Yes, we could talk about it. Now there are ways of talking about, and there are ways of talking about. You could come with a full blast of K-47 and start shouting, and that's not going to do it. But you need to have a pillow talk, and then ask in a way that would say, am I no longer attracted to you?
Yeah.
Especially if the guy has been good before and suddenly decided that he's no longer, you know, he's not. Conversation is different to giving a double barrage of words. And it is something that, it's a topic like that, really, sisters should have it in the bedroom. It's not a sitting room topic.
Or a nagging affair.
Or nagging affair. Because there are reasons. You need to know the reason why the man himself has decided is keeping to himself. If truly men are, you know, you can't, maybe he's having problem at work, maybe, you know, the issue of the bedroom is really the least in his calendar right now, and maybe he's having a lumbago or whatever they call it. You know, you need to be understanding. Sisters, we need to be understanding. Sometimes we need to understand our men. You know your man, you married him, you've had him for a while, and you should be able to know. If it's a guy who eats it like a dinner, then is skipping dinner on, like we say back home, 001, and then is 101, and is skipping it for a couple of days. Then you need to know that there's something going on. And then you need to either repackage yourself in such a way that would be attractive again.
Thank you very much. So we shouldn't just really think when the man is no longer forthcoming or making the move. You know, we should see beyond that and not just try to be selfish. But, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that it is right for a man to keep themselves to themselves, because in most cases, not in all cases, these men are having it outside. And you need to find out why are they having it outside and not with you as a wife or as a partner if you are in that kind of relationship. Kike did say as well that some men are typical African men, and you know what that means. They are not romantic. That's another one. So, should the woman just accept what, or maybe the woman now got into somebody's hand that really touched them in a way that they like, and they just, fell for it. One thing led to the other, and then before they know it, in bed, and they thought, wow, this man is actually good, better than my husband. She's definitely going to go back.
Well, exactly.
So, what do you advise our African men? Because, like, remember what you said earlier, that, we cannot teach
an old dog a new trick.
A new trick. So, but the woman doesn't want to cheat, but then how is she going to teach the old dog a new trick?
Well, there are
knowing
ways.
fully that she cannot say to the man, look, someone else is better than you.
A man that is underperforming would know he's underperforming. That's one thing.
Okay.
A man that is overperforming also would know I'm overperforming. If a man is underperforming, the best thing for you to do is to spice up the life a little bit.
Yeah.
Send the children to the bed on time. Watch lovely parts of the TV. Pray about it. If you are the type, explain to God as to his role, whether in any format that you think you want to. But going to go and try it outside, it's a very dangerous game, sis. And it's not something that any woman, especially if you're not happy at home, should attempt, because you will surely get hooked. And that marriage is on the rock.
You mentioned something when you with your last speech. You said they should try to send their children to bed early.
Yeah.
But should I tell you, sis, that some relationship or some marriage, the managers, when they have children that are growing up, say maybe 10 years old, 8 or 12, that kind of age that, they can just know that this is what daddy and mommy are doing, the men, we kind of leave the wife in a way to say, oh, because, everybody, have different ringing tones, let's put it that way. Everybody has the way by which they express themselves,
Yes.
Where they're in the mood. Now, some men will be so like, it will be embarrassing, or even the women sometimes will push their husband away to say, oh, no, because they know the way their husband will react to the effects of the intercourse. So by that, the man will not just, excuse himself. So what can we do? How can we ring fence this not to cause a problem in the home?
We Africans will make a mistake. We think all these children, they don't know what's up. Believe me, if a white man can teach your kids in school about sex, and you have no words to say, showing expression in the house is not a wrong thing. Because don't forget, you are building tomorrow's couple. When mommy comes home, and when daddy comes home, and mommy give a kiss, maximum, our kids are, what's going on? Yeah. But they know that's the usual thing. They're learning something. We kind of shy away. We shouldn't. We should be able to romance our husband while our kids are there. Not extensively to tongue in the mouth and all this, but we should be able to show them there is decency in kissing your husband or kissing your wife, and cuddling. Yeah. We shouldn't run away from cuddling. We must cuddle our husband. As old as I am, I still play with my husband, and
bless Baba.
Yeah, bless Baba. Mama and Papa. The situation is, it's not a crime for you to say, because the kids are sitting down there. So my for coming, don't touch me, don't do this, don't do that. I think it's wrong.
Thank you, sis. God bless you. Before we go any further, we're going to go for a very short break, just for 2 minutes, and we're going to come back, read all the beautiful comments, contributions that our viewers at home has contributed, and we're actually now going to address as well men that have been a victim in this instance, because some men can actually be, very like a gentleman, let's put it that way, and their experience, they're the vulnerable person in this situation. So we're going to, talk around how they can deal with situations like this. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Just going for a short break. Keep watching Noble People TV. God bless you.
Now, true talk be that too. Now, the person way wise.
My friend Dakpo, now here they enjoy you. For where? I no get money to waste. Oh. All little money where I get. Now investment. Now my friend Daily, now they spend money anyhow.
At Meritaport Nigeria Limited, we have flexible payment plan. No matter how small your income is, you will definitely have a land of your own and have a building on it. Yes, trust me.
My friend, they don't bring the bill. Like just 12,000 naira.
See, the person way wise. Now you go teach the person way no wise. Now you go pay this bill. Me self, I won't buy land and build house. Chicken.
Correct. Now true talk be that too. Now the person way wise go teach the person way no wise. For your own land, just come to Merit Abode Nigeria Limited. Number 1B, Alfredo Laya Street, Awuse Estate, Okpebi, Ikeja. Our telephone numbers be 0809 067 3078 and 081 7344 7111. Expecting you.
My friend Dakpo, now here they enjoy you. For where? I no get money to waste. Oh. All little money where I get. Now investment. Now my friend Daily, now they spend money anyhow.
At Meritaport Nigeria Limited, we have flexible payment plan. No matter how small your income is, you will definitely have a land of your own and have a building on it. Yes, trust me.
My friend, they don't bring the bill. Like just 12,000 naira.
See, the person way wise. Now you go teach the person way no wise. Now you go pay this bill. Me self, I won't buy land and build house. Chicken.
Correct. Now true talk be that too. Now
Thank you all our viewers at home. Thank you for joining us and staying tuned on this program, Women of Valor. Today's program, we are discussing promiscuous women that cheat in their marriage or in their committed relationship. I've had a series of comments here as well. Are they in between Ayaba and Kike? They are trying to, tell each other what vibrators and all that. So I'm just going to skip those reading, and I'll go straight to Ify did say, oh wow, bringing a vibrator in the bedroom in men's perspective is just like inviting another guy in the bedroom. Some guys can't get jealous and it can lead to misunderstanding in the marriage. Wow. Thank you for that great contribution. So women, just see that. Don't think it is just an object. Men do get jealous because you're kind of undermining them, isn't it?
Of course.
Yeah, as our sister has said. Kike said, Ayaba is part of them reason why some married women go out. A man should satisfy his wife, not just go in and out. Right. Okay, in essence, what are women? Because we are women here. It's a women of valor. Okay, women doesn't want to go out fornicating, but you will see that this is a topic that, women just is not going to have, like, being left unaddressed. So the issue the other time you did say that we cannot teach. I will go back to that.
Yeah.
Adebo, is there any way you can advise our men as well, because they are watching us, not to just kind of, somebody just mentioned as well that men just want to go in and out. Women don't want that. So how can you encourage our men?
Well, I mean, when you say a man just goes in and out, you can talk about men as the way they are. What condition is the man in anyway before he goes in and out? When we're talking, is the guy fagged out? Is he tired? Is he just fulfilling obligation? Because there are fulfilling obligations and there are having sex or having the other one. It could be a bang one thing. But if that is not the case, you need to be able to spice up your own relationship. Not just say, okay, we are doing it, let's get in and get out.
Yeah.
Is not the way it's supposed to be. However, if it is something that you pray to it, nobody says, oh, every Tuesday, this is what we do. But if it happens, you just make sure you build up to it.
Yeah.
Don't just say, okay, this is it, just enter in and out. I've got dishes to do. Yeah. Or I've got the kids to put to bed. Just get on with it and get out quickly. Build up to it. Make something happen before. Yeah. Get a cold drink before. Bring something. Bring ice cream into the bedroom.
Why not?
Why not indeed? Do something that would spice. Even if the guy sees that you're making attempts, then be bold enough to say, me or you, I'm not satisfied. Be bold enough.
Good. I'm sure all our men at home, you're hearing this wonderful advice. You are listening to what women really want in the bedroom and what will keep them from looking outside. If I happen to be a man, I'm not a man, I'm going to do everything possible to keep my woman not looking at another man at all, because then I can ask, like, we were talking one time at the studio here, and then we had some men contributing and saying, if your wife cheats, what would you say? And one of the men actually said, the only thing I want to know is why, but why? And for a man to be able to ask why would, because this man is so confident that my wife cannot go out to cheat, because I'm going to make sure that I did everything in my capacity to make sure that she's happy. But if that happens, she would need to explain to me why she has had to go out and do such. And I think this should be the situation for every man. Do your best. When there are medical conditions you can't help it, then you can't help it. I've got another sister here, Candy J. Coker, and she says communication is the key. What would you say to that? Communication being the key to, to this, all of this that we are.
That's what I've just said. If your husband is, or your boyfriend or your partner is underperforming, you need to be able to say that, baby, I'm not okay. Can we go again? Or can you do something else? If you don't speak about it, the guy does not have a want. He does not have a want. He might think that he's done the best of his best.
Do you think it's a good idea for men to ask their wife or the partner to say, are you okay, or are you satisfied, not just being
like I said earlier on, we wear our hearts in our fingers. And when a woman is happy with because we don't know what time, we don't know if kids are looking at this, so really we can't really go to the, but the situation, if a woman is happy, the husband would see that my wife is happy.
So men, there you go, you need to be very observant and make sure you just not think about yourself and your urge when you are in bed with your wife. I've got a colleague of mine as well, Valerie Noel. Thank you for joining me on this program, Val. God bless you. She says, so true. Communicate. Yes, communication is the key to any successful relationship or marriage. Keep on sharing. Mr. Olatempo Alashepe as well is joining us and exchanging greetings with people in the house. And Kike says, sex is one of the foundation in relationship. We should not deceive ourselves in a relationship. And both needs to get loose, talk raw. Do it raw and feel good after all. Some men like all these kind of things, and that is why they cheat. Stop doing holy with your man. Okay, that's another good advice. Like when you get in the bedroom, get down, get raw. It is your bedroom, you're married, you know, you have the legal right to, you know, do, you know, whatever and however you're going to satisfy your man and how your man can satisfy you. This is the advice from one of our viewers. James Abiodun Epesime is watching as well. Thank you for joining us. Wale Akinyele, thank you. And Mr. Abiodun says, I'm blessed again by two special women that has blessed my life. Love you too. Thank you, James. That is James Epetime. God bless you.
Hi, James.
And Kike did say, well done, man. No matter the age, we should keep the sense and love going. Yes, men need to explore. Yes, this is all that we are talking about. Now, great topic. Appreciate you, ma. Val says, yes, men should ask if the woman is happy. Yes. Is happy. Yes, they should do. So now, let's advise, we as women, from our perspective, from our own perspective, let's try and advise men that their wife has cheated on them, okay? Men, they're the one that we know majorly cheat. And this is why majority of the time when we talk, we look at men as, you know, the one that cause the infidelity in a relationship or in a marriage. But women also do cheat. This is why we say we have to address this. So for the men that their wife has gone out of, you know, and cheated on them, we've explored why women will cheat and this and that. So now, how should we advise men that their wife has cheated? Because if a man cheats, we always say forgive, you know, work on it. And what would you advise men that their wife has cheated?
Well, it's a very, very raw thing, and we take it differently to each other. Some men, like we say earlier on, if it's a habitual something,
yeah.
When you say a man should forgive and forget, and then the lady goes about again and does it again, how long is a piece of string? That is, you know, one thing. Secondly, if it is something accidental, like once or twice, then we can say forgive. But really, men, do they actually forgive? And when they do forgive, do they forget? That is another thing. But the first thing is we must look for the reason why and be satisfied on both sides.
Yeah.
That reason why has been taken care of, i.e. the reason why my wife has gone out was because I'm not good enough. Have you sorted it out? You know, would you go ahead and talk about it? Communicate about it. If you will not be able to communicate about it and talk about it properly, not just lift up the carpet, shove it all under, and start going on top of it. Not going round about it. Speak properly about it. And then you can start building on top of it. But we must make sure that we don't just build on top of a carpet. We must relay the foundation as to what has happened. And the men, I can say that yes, if a woman has gone out, we women, we love our home so much. There is a reason why that woman has gone out. Men can say, oh, it's a men's flirtation. But before a woman goes out of her marriage and does things like that outside, there is a severe problem. And that must be tackled first before. Otherwise, that marriage is down for failure.
Thank you very much, special guest on that information. So men were saying, don't be brave about it. Don't be over rushes. Don't keep it to yourself that much. But even if it's just one person that you know that will, will not mock you or, talk, embarrass you that your wife has done something. Because the reason why women, we don't mind to share this kind of information with each other, to say, my husband has done this. Some will even tell you, they'll give you the full download of what their husband is been to, because we are friends. And we know this is something that is very common. But a man might have it in mind and feel so embarrassed and feel so downgraded to tell a fellow man, to say, how can I tell my friend that my wife has gone to sleep with another man? Do you understand? And not saying it out is actually not helping the man to overcome it. Because even no matter how the wife has explained, I believe the man will still have his moment where he's going to be thinking and see that woman like, you should just cut off the head, So this is the reason why I think they should go for counseling or something. What do you think about that?
Well, for men, there's a saying that women gossip, men discuss. For men, for them to talk about it, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
For some people, it's very hard because that's explaining your manhood that is not functioning. But then, if the case, like we as Africans or Nigerians, or how you want to say it, our men would not just open up that kind of way.
Yeah.
It's a kind of big cankerworm that is best left.
It is best left.
The man is just going to be moving in a different direction.
But do you think a man will still love his wife the same or as before after knowing that?
It's a wound.
It's a wound.
It's a wound.
So how then can we compare it with a woman? Because we all have feelings. We all feel hurt when that happens. A man is expecting, you cannot even talk about it. You cannot even go back on it and say, forget that issue. We've said that issue should not come up again. And so this is what you get. But you as a woman, it's happened to you. But then why do you, because this is the areas, some areas that women feel that they're not having equal right as men. If you see what I mean, like if it happens with a man, if a man cheats on his wife, it's okay to say, okay, forget about it, sorry, and you're believed not to have anything to say about it again. Just leave it, forget it, and love even more than before. But now, if the lady has cheated, the man will want to know why and want to be asking questions all the time. So, how can the woman feel safe under the roof of this man? Because every woman knows that once you are caught,
it's a male ego thing. It's a male ego thing. Women, we don't have egos. Men do. Women, we do have egos, but we don't show it.
We don't show it.
But men have their ego, and when an ego that is out there like an umbrella, it's bruised.
Yeah.
They're passionate about it, and they feel that, oh, you bruised my ego publicly.
Yeah.
But because we have our ego on the inside, even if it's bruised, we carry our plaster on the inside. But the men, we want to know the reason why you publicly bruised, even though nobody saw you. It was like you went around the corner, around the two corners, and went into the man's house or to your hotel. But still, he still feels that, you have done this shame. You have brought this shame on me, And
another thing, sorry to cut it short, is some women does it actually with their husband's friend.
Well, when they talk about daredevils, they're there and they're devils. Because I don't see why, like I always say to some of my youth, I say you can't date your enemy. But at the same time, go with your husband's friend I mean, that is taking a gato. That's not taking a biscuit. That's taking a gato. You know, that is
deep.
That is deep. That is deeper than deep.
That is deep.
You know,
Okay.
and I don't know how you want to work on that one. I would suggest, sisters, don't even go there.
Don't even go there.
Don't even go there,
try.
because that is like a proper daredevil thing. Don't even go there.
So, women at home, women of valor, I hope you have all learned one or two things from today's program. Kike says, men doesn't like, I'm trying to translate the proverb, that men doesn't like, that they're killers that doesn't like...
they don't like knife. They don't like knife on their own head.
Knife on their own head, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's the best translation we can give it.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. But we women, we meant to be more reserved. That does not give the liberty to men to, you know, cheat on their wife as well. But women to cheat is outrageous. What, before you go to that stage, or before one thing leads to the other, like one of our sisters I've found here say, Valerie, and our sister has said here, and also trying to get the name if I could get it, but you know, about communication. Talk to your husband, talk to your partner, see how you can, you know, bring things together. I also acknowledge Mrs. Bukola Murakinyo. Thank you for joining us on this program. And men, if your wife has cheated on you, you know, women are always forgiven, and equally we do expect that you forgive as well. And you know, think of the love you started together. Try and look at the foundation, the cause. You want to know the reason. Try not to be a man about it. Like, you know, talk to someone, even if it's just one person, that will kind of counsel you, not to mock you. And then with that, you will be a little bit, you know, much relieved, and slowly, gradually, things will come back to normal. But then if it's an habitual, promiscuous person, then if you have children together, you wouldn't even be sure whether you're the father of these children. But that is for another day. Understand the reason why your wife has gone out to cheat on you, and you to ask a work to do over it. Don't just leave it to your wife to do, you know, the work. You need to do your part. You know, your wife needs to do her part. It takes two to tango. It takes two to untangle. So, you know, if you observe all these little advices that we have, you know, put together tonight, I believe our marriage and our home can be loving. And, you know, don't, as our guest speaker has said, don't, because children is around, you cannot even give your wife, your husband a peck on the cheek. You can't cuddle each other, as in holding each other. They might pass comments around, you know, but they're loving it and they're learning, because they will say this is the way our parents, you know, does it. And for women that goes about, even though your husband is good, satisfying you with everything, and you still go about cheating, it is just nothing but not fair. It is not good. Whatever you need, whatever the problem is, discuss with your husband. And myself and our special guest here, we do wish you a wonderful evening, a happy home, a happy relationship, and a good marital life. As a woman of valor, be good. Don't do what is not right. You know what is right. Every woman, they always say that someone that is bad knows that they're bad. They're just looking for someone to tell them that they're bad. So from me, Yetunde Oluyinka Okeshola, I'm saying goodbye to you, and please fare our viewers farewell for today.
We say thank you very much for joining us, and we hope that you will join us again another time. And as we go, work on the marriage, work on yourself, and work on the children. And even as we're talking about it, be careful. The children are looking. Yeah. You have got children today, but you've got somebody's wife and somebody's husband tomorrow. Have a lovely day. God bless you.
God bless you. See you next week. Thank you.
Bye.
God bless. Bye-bye.
Oh yes, buy land, buy house, lease and rent houses or land with ease at Ibeju Lekki and its environs at Aspire Heights Realtor at affordable and reasonable price. We have estates in different places: Arium Estate, Abidjan Lekki, Green Island Lekki, Royal Flex Estate Lekki, Peninsula Home Phase 2 Lekki, Royal Flex Estate Phase 3 Lekki. All these and more are our estates with good roads, maximum security, buildings with good structure and well planned. And as far as Ibeju Lekki have good future, you too can come and plan to have your own company. Refineries under construction, Lagos State Smart City, Lekki Free Trade Zone and Lekki Deep Seaport is under construction at Ibeju Lekki International Airport. 60 different Chinese companies, Fort Milan Bridge, Ibeju Lekki ShopRite and so on. Commercially and industrially, Ibeju Lekki will be great and conducive place for everybody. Come and get your own property at Aspire Heights Realtor. Come directly to our office at H56 57 Ikota Shopping Complex, VGC Lekki Epe Expressway, Ajah, or call Mr. Adeniyi on this number 09070995466 or 08052894614. Aspire Heights Realtor says get your properties at affordable prices. Yeah. Aspire Heights Realtor is here for me. Oh, yes. Everybody listening, oh. Real estate and land agents with 100% guarantee. Aspire Heights Realtor